Good morning, everyone. Hope you're all well today. We are going to do a reading today, which is basically what's the draw? Are they interested and why? It's going to be quite a long reading because I want to look at it in detail. So I'm going to sort of look at the relationship, where it's coming from, where it's going, and where their interest lies. I haven't quite decided the title yet, but I will by the time it comes out. So you've got three choices as usual: blue, pink and purple. So if you want to take your choice, and then we'll get straight into it.
La música de Harry Fraud.
Right, I'm just going to start with what I've got here so far. I don't know if you can see all the cards. Let me see. Let's see the mess on my floor down there. Right, straight away, this spread makes me think of physical feelings and emotional feelings that have to be hidden for some reason. Something that, because you've got Eros here, you've got the Strength card here, makes me think of some relationship that has taken off maybe a little bit too fast, and now there's some distance between you. It makes me feel like a relationship where you've both fallen for each other, and then it's caused some anxiety, possibly because there could be third parties, or you may be separated by distance, perhaps water. And the reason that you are in this situation now is for you to learn your lessons with regards to the struggle, which sounds awful. Because you've got these cards here: passion, recognition of somebody you find physically attractive, and it's a strong feeling. It's that feeling almost like you can't quite contain yourself when you're standing next to them. It's that sort of mixture of purring cat and pinging in your pants type of feeling when you're standing next to somebody. And the Strength card here makes me feel like either one or both of you are trying to pretend it's not happening, as if it's not appropriate to show your feelings. And this card here, which I don't know how to say it, Skayach, I don't know, is a goddess who strikes fear into people's hearts. So she's got these wings on her head, which are goose wings, which mean alert and aggressive. So it's almost as if you have to be hard on yourselves to get out of this situation what you need to get out of it. There's distance here, I'm thinking. There's water. This card's got a lot to do with water. There's water behind you both here. So it's either physical distance or just distance emotionally, because there needs to be. And it's through like a journey. This whole spread makes me think of a journey where you both are on a journey together, on how you control yourself, how you both remain positive, how you both don't try and put each other down because you can't get to each other. I don't know if this is true for all of you, but this is what it's making me think of. And the Eight of Spray Cans is this woman here, and which is the Eight of Swords. So it's being trapped, and it's trapped by your own mind. So to me, these cards initially make me think of passion and lack of self-expression with regards to your feelings for each other. You can't express what you're feeling to the other person for some reason. And it's causing a lot of healing and a lot of you questioning yourself, who you are, how you conduct yourself, how you relate to people, and how you still bring the best out of yourself with regards to when you can't actually get something. Which is really difficult, because I think when we're not very developed, almost when you can't have something, you want to nip and almost, don't know, it's like a balancing act sometimes. You don't want to be giving away too much, possibly because you feel like the other person can take too much. And also you want the other person not to feel too happy with the fact that you're not with them. It sounds so awful, but I'm sure it's so true. So that's what you're being asked to do. This card here makes me feel that it's asking you to be really hard on yourself and the other person to be the same too, and for you both to go and realise that you both can give even if you can't get back. And that's why it feels as if it's a little bit cloying. as if you feel a bit trapped and you can't express yourselves. That's the feeling I'm getting from the very beginning, mainly from these cards here and a quick look at these cards down here. So with regards to are they interested, just from these cards here, you're both interested and the connection is undeniable in many ways, but there's anxiety mixed with it and a need to be hard on yourselves. I'm going to look a little bit here at how the relationship may have progressed or not progressed, and then we're going to have perhaps a little bit of a snoot into more feelings and just a bit of a deeper look. Right. Excuse me, just have a drink while I'm looking at these. Flipping wax all over the table. There's something to do with the healing on this journey, and it makes me think there's either separation or you're not together. There's some sort of igniting of thoughts and feelings and knowing where you want to go now and how to actually cope with the fact that you can't get close to this person at this very moment. I don't know if that's true, because you could be with this person and it's just the healing process is inside you, even though you can actually be with this person. And if that's so, it's probably something to do with past hurts, relationships you may have had, how you conduct yourself, how you see yourself physically, emotionally, and what you've got to give to the other person. And this is what these feelings that seem to be with regards to this relationship. It's almost as if it's pushing these feelings to the forefront. It's bringing out things inside of ourselves that we could almost just float through life and not really question. So there is a real sort of chiron feeling to this relationship, possibly distance. And if it's not distance by water, it's got some sort of healing process going inside you, because I don't think you can get as close to this person as you want to be this very moment. You possibly could be the person that has almost taken initiative in the healing process or moving away process. If it's not healing, you possibly could be the one that's actually calling the shots with regards to proximity in some way, whether it's emotional or just physical, I don't know. The other person seems a little bit more at ease with the situation, maybe taking in a little bit less or feeling a little bit less, not with regards to emotions, but with regards to tension, I'm thinking. With Temperance card here, it's quite a smooth card. And these cards here have a feeling of trying to hide the physical pull, the magnetic pull, and also trying to deal with the situation mentally and emotionally. Are they interested? You've got the Lovers card to start off with. So the Lovers card makes me think that there's a real connection here and you both recognise it. And as I said earlier, it's almost as if you're trying not to show it, because it's almost, if it tumbles away too far, you can get yourself into hot water. And this person, the King of Swords, I'm assuming it is the other person, is trying to take a logical look at the situation and doing a really good job of it, because they're coming across as the Temperance down here too. So there's a connection that's undeniable. They feel it, they know it, and then they're trying to be very logical and sort out the situation in their head. And the Temperance card here makes me think they're very good at controlling their mind. Somebody who functions very well in everyday life because they're very good at being who they want to be and controlling themselves. But I'm not saying they don't feel it. You're probably more open with your feelings and what you're going through. This almost gives me a feeling that they feel it, but it doesn't exist because they've battered it down. Where you feel it, you know it exists, but you're still doing exactly the same process. Behind you, there's this journey, this healing, or this physical distance. The Queen of Pentacles. Is a strong woman, which may have something to do with this. With whether regards you're a man or a woman, there's strength here and there's patience. So subconsciously, I think you know that this relationship is going to call on your inner strength. I also think as well, with regards to are they interested, the conscious knowing, I would say here, Ace of Wands, you know that they're attracted to you and you know that the feelings are physical. It's something that they want to bring to reality, but there's some sort of, with the Hermit here, there's some sort of difficulty with it. It's almost as if there's a lot of internal work going on here, both of you, but you're probably the one that admits it more to yourself and to others. The Hermit here makes me think of somebody with regard to their interest to you who's had a real sort of physical, there's a physical, and what I'm trying to say is this huge physical attraction here towards you. It's attraction that's very straightforward and it's very sort of primal in some way, but it's also caused this person to look a little bit more internally at themselves and what they want and where they want to go. Because the Ace of Wands followed by the Hermit with regard to this question, that's the way that I would interpret it. The Ten of Pentacles here makes me think of somebody who is either looking for a long-term relationship with eyes on you, or is already in a long-term relationship, which may explain some of these cards here. Let me just put some more cards and then I will sum this bit up so far. Are they interested and what for? Two of Cups, decision to lie low. Okay, I'm tending to think that they are committed elsewhere, very possibly, rather than the fact that they're looking towards a more established commitment at the moment. Let me just do the rest of the spread, then I'm going to sum it all up. Let's use these ones. Right, okay, very clear. I think there's a real pull between you two. There's a real passionate pull. This person is very physically attracted to you. There's distance between you, either with regards to not being able to get close to each other, so there's emotional distance, or there is some sort of actual physical distance, probably separation, and there's water keeps coming up here. It's come up quite a few times. Your person is trying to be extremely logical, although they feel the pull extremely strong. You've got the Lovers, you've got Strength here. They can see that you're a very strong man or woman, and they are what they are interested, but they're trying to deal with it logically. The pull here is definitely physical. And then with the Hermit card here, they've withdrawn from the situation, I think, and trying to be hard on themselves to work out exactly why they feel that way when it feels so wrong to feel that way. As in, they know that they possibly can't get any closer to you at this moment. I'm wondering whether you're quite at ease with doing a little bit of a sneaky backdoor man here. But they are trying to just basically function on a more even level. This person's really interested in you because you've got the Lovers, you've got the Strength, you've got the Magician and the King of Pentacles. So their thoughts towards you are quite masculine, because you've got the King of Swords here. There's a masculinity about their thoughts, which makes me think it's quite straightforward. You're struggling with your thoughts because I think you're nipping emotions into it. Your person's actually doing a really good job with the King of Swords here. They want to start something new. They realise that possibly it's not the right time because you may be with somebody else, but they're still thinking of coming towards you, and they're thinking of coming towards you in a very honest way. You're almost thinking that it's underhand and you can't actually deal with that, possibly. Their feelings towards you, there's been a lot of watching and a lot of looking, but they know with regards to what action they can take, there's nothing unless it is underhand. This makes me very strongly feel of somebody who, there's a third party here in this one. So just to sum you up, pile number one, you've met somebody, I think, or have known them for quite a while, and this person's part in your life is to make you heal yourself. So either you can't have them or you need to change within the relationship to even add on to who you are already. And there's a feeling of anxiety because you can feel the shifts, you can feel the attraction. The attraction is very physical between the pair of you. And it's almost as if you can feel these shifts, and maybe something's ignited this relationship recently. It may be some sort of communication or something physical, almost like, you could have and I've said this before, almost rubbed each other as you're, while you're passing, and it's just brought back some feelings. It's because you've got two aces here. They're trying to deal with a relationship on a more sort of making it easy for themselves. You're struggling with it because I think you're going quite hard on yourself with mental processes and wondering where it fits in, how can you deal with it. It's a real healing process for you. With regards to them, they are extremely interested in you, but I don't think they're going to do much about it at the moment. They want to, and when they do it, it'll be very above board. But it's almost as if I get the feeling, I don't know if this applies to everybody, but I get the feeling that if the relationship went ahead now, as in like this very moment, there'd be something secretive about it. This person's looking at you, wants to know what you're feeling, how you perceive the relationship. Because they see you sort of somebody that they're quite settled with, somebody that they feel is at an ease of contact, as if they could spend a long time with you. But there's something to do with timing, and there's something to do with being fierce on yourself with regards to the situation and knowing that the feelings are reciprocated, but it's a case of there's some sort of blockages here, as in it's saying be hard on yourself. So let's go back to the initial question, which I've totally forgot about. What is the attraction? What attraction do they feel towards you? They feel a physical attraction. They're interested in you because, to be honestly straightforward, they just find you physically attractive. Eros is a really strong asteroid, and I don't know where these asteroids came from, but they have a real kick in people's charts. Next to strength, it's just straightforward attraction that's been almost subdued in some way so that they don't come across as a little bit too interested, possibly because they're not allowed to be with you. This spray cans here makes me think of anxiety. So there's anxiety, and I'm assuming it's on both of your parts. There's a journey to be had in this relationship with regards to actually answering the question about who's interested. It's a real the message here is a journey to be had with regards to how you perceive the relationship and what you can get out of it without scrabbling. Because you know where you all stand, and there's this feeling of you possibly wanting to move closer, but you're not going to put yourself out of your comfort zone, and that's exactly the correct thing to do. You've got to meet halfway on this one, and this person's prepared to do it without being underhand. You're wondering if it goes ahead now, whether you have to do something maybe a bit sneaky, because these two cards here as well, heartbreak and secrets. It has a feeling of having a decision and thinking and resting and lying low, and it's got something to do with family. So it wouldn't surprise me whether a few of you have already got family that would it would feel, it would be a big thing to make to move, rather than just like when you're in school and you fall for somebody and you're both free and easy. Well, that's pan number two. Pan number one. That's the feeling I've got from that. They're interested in you. The surface level interest in you is they just find you extremely attractive, the way that you look, who you are. The deeper interest in you is that they need to go through a journey to realise that, to take the correct process to get closer to you. Because I wonder whether the process is a little bit confusing, maybe due to other ties. So both of you in the same situation. Traction is huge, but it's almost as if there's distance there. There's growth there with regards to how you both deal with this situation. This sounds really boring, because especially if you are somebody who likes to just do things, and if you've got a lot of fire in you, you're like, oh, for God's sake, give me another reading. It has a Saturn feeling of lessons in it. And I wonder with this pile whether, when you're attracted to somebody and say you get dressed in the morning, you think of this person, or you're doing something, when you have like a crush on somebody and you're wondering what they would think of it. It's almost as if by having that imaginary thought or that imaginary person in your head, you actually come alive again, because you're almost as if you're seeing yourself through a different audience. This poem makes me think of that. It's almost as if that person's there for a reason, for a reading. And you see yourself as somebody who is not only sexually attractive. I don't know whether you're one of those people that either don't think you're very attractive or has gone through a lull recently where you haven't had the attention that you may be used to, and then it's all ignited again and it feels really good. But there's definitely a feeling of you going on a journey, and by the end of this relationship, whether you're with this person or not, you're going to be different. It's like a transformation of who you are and how hard you can be on yourself with regards to where you want to go. And it gives me a feeling of patience. It's not grabbing to be with that person. It's not like picking up the phone and saying, look, an ultimatum. You're with me or you're with them, or even if they're single or not with anybody else, come on, show me your feelings. It's a case of more internal here. So yes, they are interested in you, but I think it's a slow moving process with this relationship, and just know that they are attracted to you physically, which they're struggling to hide. Right, I'm going to finish there, pile number 2. You're not pile number 2, I'm jumping ahead of myself. You're pile number 1. I hope that helps in some way. It's just healing journeys and knowing that they are physically attracted to you. And there's probably more to it than that, but there's a real sort of just general, straightforward, I find you really attractive. Okay, pile number 1. I'm going to leave that there, and I hope to see you again. Bye. Okay, pile number 2. Are they interested in you? And why? Right, before I start getting the rest of the cards out, let me just say this aloud so that I don't forget. This reading very much like pile number 1, gives me the feeling of playing the long game. There's an attraction there that has got something to do with either working together, and I don't know whether it's you physically on the same workplace, or that you just bump into each other in a practical situation every day or often. But the Chiron here makes me think of healing, and the 3 of brushes here is as if you've both acknowledged your feelings for each other, and it's just beginning to flourish. And there's a long game being played here with regards to learning how to show your feelings, being very wise about it, and taking it slow. There's the same feeling as pile number 1. Patience, but this one's more open. This feelings are more open as yet. Let me just go out with the rest of the cards, and I will just shut up a minute and see what's going on.
La música de Harry Frog.
Right, I'm just going to shoot my mouth off here and tell you what I'm thinking. It may change, but I've got to speak because I forget everything within seconds. I think that you have possibly got somebody in mind who's a real, I'm going to say macho, but there's a real strength of character here with this person. You may have bumped into each other in work. You definitely have sent out and I didn't send out flyers there. You sent out unseen flyers to each other, telling each other that you find each other attractive, and it's been acknowledged, and it's almost as if you're waiting to see what's coming back. But there's a real air of, as I said earlier, of you needing to play the long game and play it wise. This lady here Athena, she's got the spear and she's got the little owl here. So it's almost as if, and I don't mean this in an aggressive way, but yeah, I do. It's a fight on. There's a fight on because your person's coming across as very macho, male or female. There's a real ego here, and you have to be wise. If you want this person, they are interested in you, but it's almost as if you have to almost tame the horse in some way. So you've got to get ready. It's getting ready for battle and healing yourself in the journey. There's a connection here that's possibly uneven. They could be the one that thinks that they're more attractive and that you're extremely lucky to be even looking at them. The reason I'm saying this, as the two cards here behind, is the Emperor card. Are they interested in you? Yes, they are, but I wonder whether you're together at the moment, whether you have your back turned to this person, or you just, there's some distance there. This person is coming across, in my mind, as being quite macho. Male or female, that's somebody who may not express their feelings freely, or just may just generally just have a really big, strong ego. Do you know, it makes me think of somebody who stands really proud, and then almost there's you looking at them as in waiting to see what their feelings are in some way, and then they refer to you in a big sort of brother type of way. You're like, what do you mean? What do you mean? And it's almost as if you've got to pull yourself back. It's not they're not being nasty. It's almost as if this person's like the oldest child in a family who's always looked after younger kids. So there's a real type of person that slaps you on the back type, how you doing, that type of feeling with it. Are they interested in you? 9 of Swords and the 7 of Cups. I wonder, with the Chiron up here as well, and with sending out your little flyers and wondering what's coming back, it's almost as if it's, oh my God, I'm going to stop saying that. You have you've let them know that you're attracted to them in some way. And I think that they are doing the smooth game of, oh yeah, I've got lots of choices. You think this person has a lot of people after them, or they're very charming in some way and they have options, and it's making you feel a little bit as if you want to pull back because you don't want to feel vulnerable with regards to that they may have options, or they're just somebody, I guess, who a lot of people are attracted to. And you've done something to them they may have wondered whether you're attractive. Maybe something recently has ignited them in some way. They're thinking, oh my gosh, I know now. I do think the 3 of Wands here and the Ace of Swords subconsciously is something that's ignited recently. So either they've heard something, or you've contacted them recently and expressed your emotions towards them, or what you feel towards them in some way. Just been a little bit more open, and they're like, I'm interested. And what they're trying to do now is I think this is you. They are trying to manipulate the situation, but I'm picking up here that you are softer. I'm picking up that you're softer because you've got the Page of Cups down here. There's a real sort of watery feeling of being very sentimental, falling in love really easily and being very sensitive. And I think they're a little bit harsher, brusquer than you maybe, but they know how to make the world work for them. That Chiron feeling here and the 5 of Pentacles makes me wonder, have I said that lots? I don't know. That they're interested in a very straightforward way. They're not hiding it. They're not the type of person to hide it. They're quite confident. They're a real sort of big brother person who is very direct. And you are more sensitive, and you're afraid of getting your fingers burnt. Because I think this person may be very attractive and may have lots of people after them. What you've ignited in them is a real, as pile number 1, a real sexual interest. There's like 2. I feel like I should apologise because I feel there should be more than sexual interest. But, to be honest, that's quite good. Just take it for the moment. I'm not saying that's the only feeling, but this to me feels like a fresh relationship with regards to sexual impulses, as if this person is quite a sexual person. There's a real sort of Aries feel about them, where they're very direct and sex is important. This person makes me feel that they wouldn't be in a relationship that wasn't sexually fulfilling. You possibly could be more so, but the fact you're attracted in the first place, maybe not, but there's a more emotional side to you. This makes me think of a group situation. It makes me think of a relationship that's a group situation that has just started to ignite. There's interest there, but you are wondering whether they're interested in you because they may just be one of those people that everybody fancy. And this is where this Five of Pentacles coming in, which goes very much hand in hand with your Page of Cups. There's a softness that doesn't want to be hurt inside you. Everybody's soft, but I think that you are somebody who works with their softness, somebody who is meant to be soft because it brings an awareness, and that's how you, with carrying up there, you recognise everybody else's hurts. You're more like a healing feeling about you. So you're meant to be soft. This person isn't soft because I think they're meant to function very well in the outside world in a very mundane way, but they aren't picking up half the things that you're picking up because that's the way that you're made. Group situation, possibly 3 people. It doesn't have the same feeling as the first pile of 3 people. To me, it makes me think of a more casual group situation. Somebody that you have met in a group, or they are in a group, and feelings may not have been expressed. But it's once again, it's that healing journey. And are they interested in you? Yes. But this pile here is almost telling me not to be impulsive, to look at a long-term plan with regards to this person. You have to, and I don't know if I said this in the first part, it's just something I'm thinking. This person needs to be tamed in some way. And look, real strong personality, strong sex drive, and just strongly present in reality. You're coming across as being sensitive and aware. I wonder whether you think they're out of your league, and that may sound harsh. I'm not saying they're not at all. It's because they function in the world very well, and I think you're more internal, and you're probably more of other worlds, which you think you do that very well. And often, especially with Chiron here, possibly people like you don't feel that you're accepted in reality in many ways because you're quite sensitive. You play as an important part as this person, but you don't, it's not as recognised as yet. The part that you will play is just as important. And with these cards here, I wonder whether exactly who you are, is going to actually make that person a little bit more reflective and aware of the different aspects in themselves. Because to me, this is a real macho person. You're coming across, male or female, as being very feminine in a really sweet way. This person seems fun because you can play with them. You seem just sweet best buddy. You know, that type of person you could spend a long time with, who you'd want to go on holiday for 3 weeks. This person is like a one-night stand. Just somebody who just seems like very aware of how to make life work for them. You seem to have, I'm going away from the question here. You know how to make life work for you on a long scale, as in lifetime scale. This person is making life work and making life fun for themselves on a short-term scale. So, but what I'm saying here is, are they interested? Without doubt, but it's for you to acknowledge that you are on the same level, regardless if your personalities are different. And even if in a group situation you think this person is probably fawned over by other people, so what? You know, you've got more to offer, to be honest. But it's a healing journey for both of you. Chiron up here, a bit like pile number 1. You know, you probably sent your little ships out and you're waiting. This card here, I quite like this card, to be honest. The 3 of Wands is normally the man standing there, sent his ships out. So you've sent out your intentions and you're waiting to see what's coming back. So this card here is almost peeling back the fun that you're going to have together when life becomes to feel as if it's just more colourful. But this card here is asking you to not be impulsive and bending. This actually says Athena was favoured by clever heroes. She was a clever hero because she used her mind. She was untouched by passion. This person, I think, actually brings out the passionate nature in quite a few people because of exactly what we've said. So don't get taken by that. Don't think that you're less because you don't basically go around slapping people on the back and looking really humpable, which I'm sure you do, but not in the same way as this person. You're more easy to relate to. This person is, is fun, probably is big fun. Right, let's just do a little bit more. Let's use these ones. They see you as being sensitive. They see you as being compassionate and being very aware of other people's feelings. And I don't think they are as in tune with themselves as they would like to be. I don't know if they feel they can get close to you. Three of Swords there makes me think that they're interested, but I wonder if they don't think you're interested in them. There's something feeling here regards to straightforward interest in you, but wondering whether they'd upset. I get the feeling that they think they would upset you because I think they perceive that you are quite sensitive. I think, are they interested in you? Are they interested in you? The answer is yes. I'm just trying to say how to say it. They are interested in you for exactly what you can see. This person isn't hiding anything. I don't think. They are straightforward. They're not complicated. They see that you are complicated and they're trying to manipulate the situation. This person wants to get close to you, but I think they wonder whether you are quite sensitive and whether they would upset you, because I wonder whether they've been attracted to people like you because it balances them out, which, if you are more compassionate and more intuitive, then it's almost like you balance them out. But they know, possibly from past experience, that they can be a little bit forthright and can possibly hurt at times because you're more sensitive. Let me just see. This person finds you soft. They find you feminine, male or female. They see you as being gentle and soft and beautiful. And I think that's where the attraction is with regards to you. You're almost, doesn't matter what sex you are the feminine to their masculinity. You've got the Empress and the Emperor here. And there's a group situation. There's something slightly underhand, as if you have to keep it quiet in groups, or whether the attraction is there. This person has a physical attraction to you, and it's almost as if it's taking, and I think the journey is a lot for you to heal what you may feel that you don't fit into this person's life. It's almost as if, you get a sort of empathic people who, and it makes me think of Neptune, who just feel that they just aren't meant for this world, and not in a, they shouldn't be here, but just as in everything feels sore and sensitive. I wonder whether that's you, because you've got a real awareness around you. There's the healing that you do within yourself, and you automatically, just by being close to people, heal other people. And I think that you feel like you've been quite brave, as in shoving out something into this mundane world, just letting your feelings be known, and This person's attractive, very much functions in everyday world, admired by people, I think, knows how to make the world work for them. And you're almost sat there, almost like stinging, thinking, God, what's going to come back? Am I going to feel hurt? Because it's just a really beautiful, there's a beauty about you. There's a real beauty about you. A sensitive, emotional beauty. This person needs it, but I think you are afraid of how they can hurt you, because I think you know that they have probably a lot of interest in them. And yes, they are interested in you, but it's almost, I feel that they can see the differences between you and they wonder whether they will, let me put some over him, which could be her or him. They wonder whether they could hurt you, and they wouldn't want to hurt you, because this person's not nasty. They just are who they are. It strikes me as somebody who's busy. Somebody whose life is just busy in work, busy doing things. Somebody who doesn't like to sit still, but somebody who gets things moving really well. Yeah, just somebody who is almost seems uninterested in anything apart from what they're thinking. I work with somebody like this, and this person can, I hope he never sees this, can come across as being quite rude. The type of person that never says hello and never says goodbye, and I'm there looking, waiting. But he's a real good guy. He just is who he is. And Aries. He may not be Aries. I can't get hold of his birthday, but I'm going to. But it's just that feeling of Aries. He's very focused. He's doing what he's doing. He's very busy. And he's not bothered about niceties. But, this person's feeling, is he interested in you? Is she interested in you? Yes, they are, but they can see the differences. They can see the sensitivity and they know who they are. And this person doesn't think a lot, I don't think. They just are. A fiery, fiery feel of somebody who makes the world work for them. You've got a real soft, gentle, beautiful feel who almost layers life a little bit, and then when you get to the top layer, it all starts to make sense. This person is basically bulk. Life happens in bulk. So to me, it speaks of differences, and their interest in you is sexual. There's just a real, the Emperor and the Lovers here is a real erotic pull, and there's admiration for your physicality, which I think is probably very soft in many ways, very sweet, and it is like opposites attracting here, with the Empress here and the Emperor here. One's very masculine, one's very feminine. I'm going to finish there, pile 3. Good luck. Please let me know if you really have fallen for somebody who's very macho, male or female, just somebody who just is, where you're somebody who likes to go through life's layers, to unpeel it bit by bit, because it has more meaning and you have quite a sensitivity and quite an emotionality about you. Right, pile number 2, I'm going to leave you there. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you again. Bye. Hi, pile 3. Let's have a look at you, see whether they're interested or why they're interested. Right, pile number 1, I'm just going to get stuck into this. This pile is so confusing. This is somebody, I think, who basically gives and takes back, gives you small bits and then takes back, and then comes out really passionate and then walks away. It's a real giving and taking and sporadic feel here. You're coming across as somebody who is probably extremely settled in themselves, somebody who takes these actions this person actually gives out to you in a very sort of easy way, as in you're probably a little bit too nice to them. Bear with me, it's not going to be that horrible. You've got the Hag of Earth here, which is so insulting with the Empress, but to be honest, it's a really nice card. It's somebody who is these 2 cards together just speak of somebody who's very prosperous, somebody who's very popular, very pleasant, and has everything that they need in life. So you're coming across as really well. But to me, it makes me think of suffering. There's something to do with, through this relationship, being a bit of you not knowing where you stand all the time. It's almost developing your wisdom and your strength. And also, I think your person, okay, I'll come back to you in a minute. Your person's coming across as being quite, it could be somebody that's got a social justice card here, somebody that's very interested in politics, what's going on in the world, that Sagittarius feeling of wanting to be quite impassioned by world events. They are impassioned by world events. They're interested in groups. This person possibly could have studied sociology in school. Just that feeling of being quite forthright. But it makes me think with this Mask card with regards to them as if they're hiding something. You know, the angst that they are portraying or basically picking up from the outside world has got something to do with the angst themselves. And I'm getting the feeling here, although I've not looked at it, that this person is giving you bits and almost a reflection of their inner angst with regard, I don't know. You're coming across as beautifully at ease with yourself. Your person is coming across as somebody who's more feisty, more fiery, and almost reflecting whatever they do in the outside world that might be quite forthright, maybe a reflection, and probably is a reflection, as in everything is in ourselves, of a little bit of turmoil that they're feeling inside. And I'm getting this feeling that if this person is being inconsistent with you, it's a reflection of themselves, not a reflection of you. It took a long time getting there. That's what I'm trying to say. This small square here, basically, this person, it makes me feel they've emotionally been open to you, or they've offered you something, you feel at ease with them, and there's quite a romantic feel with regards to what you've picked up from them. Yes, they are interested, but then this made me think, with this cup being offered, nothing being taken, that they've pulled away again. There's like decisions, and then there's open, honest love, and weighing up, and confusion. And this is a hard spread for you, I think. This person's difficult, and how you can integrate this person in your life, because you're coming across as being somebody that's really easygoing and sweet, and then this person comes in and goes again. This person comes in and goes again. I don't know about the intensity of the connection, because I'm possibly making it more intense than it is. It could be somebody you've just met, and then you're just waiting and wanting to know what's going on. Are they interested? But you just being beautiful about the whole thing, and they are being as I say to my kids, that sort of narky sort of personality here. Somebody that's quite live wire, likes a bit of a scrap, even if it's just a scrap with a debate. It's that type of personality where you are coming across as the opposite. Subconsciously, they see you as, you make the sunshine in their life. You it's come across as being really open, very, it's a real feeling of grounded beauty about you, and just being, in the summer when you get you buy some flowers, and you catch the air, and it's warm and it smells of flowers. That's how they perceive you, because the Empress and the Sun here, I'm making myself really nostalgic about when you used to be able to go on holiday and wear vests rather than woolly jumpers. That's how you make them feel, of holidays and ease and sweetness, when life is just generally good. Consciously, with regards to you, they're holding back. There's decisions and holding back, and then it gets even more confusing, because then in the near future, I think you're going to get some direct, very open, very Aries, very just fiery contact, straightforward, saying what they're thinking. When I think at the moment you're wondering what's going on, you've always pulled yourself away and thinking, I'll just keep myself to myself for a bit and see how this person feels about you. Something's happening in this person's life that is big. You're coming across as really smooth. Everything's flowing well. It's the card here of the Hag of Earth is, I'm not going to pretend that I know anything about the Pacific Northwest, apart from the fact it just sounds like a great holiday to me. But it's the riverbed. I'm making this up. It's not a bed. It's basically a river where everything prospers. It's where everything is just growing, and there's furs, and there's potatoes. No, that's Irish. I don't know what I'm talking about. You've got this river where everything's fertile. This is you. And the Empress card again is fertility. It's just somebody who is luscious and gorgeous and just things just grow around them. Potatoes. They're coming across as somebody who's struggling. They've got the Tower here for them. So I don't know whether it's something in their life at the moment that is hard. Could be job loss, could be family arguments. Decisions, indecisions, lots of decisions. This person is up in the air in their direction in life. The cards I've just pulled out for them have been the same sort of cards here. Well, one was the same, apart from they had the Eight of Cups as well. It's just choices. It's choices. It's not knowing what to take, not knowing what's really been offered, which direction should they go. This person's all over the place. All over the place. It makes me think of I think I just said this, tetchy teenager, somebody who doesn't know what to do. It's just like, I don't know what decision to take. Mine's rushing. And you're like, well, take your time, dear. That type of feeling. You're coming across as being really sexy and sweet, and they're coming across as a bit For dreams. What this card is telling you to do, the one that I was talking about, the Pacific Northwest with the potatoes, it's got something to do with you being grounded and this person being in your life for you to use your intuition more. You know the answer to whether they're interested in you. You even know the answer to how this relationship's going to develop. And it's almost asking you to revert back to your intuition, to your dreams, to your knowing to find out the answer. If you do astrology, get more into astrology. Look into your progressions. Look into the chart when you first met. Really go into Venus returns, that type of thing. Do your own tarot card spread. Start developing yourself. And this person is, give them time. If they've been a little bit wishy-washy with you, it's got nothing to do with you. It's just them, because I think they are going through a real angsty time within themselves. That Mass card here, this Tower card here, it's almost as if this person's crying, Not a cry like a baby boo-boo cry, but more a cry like pain, as in I don't know where I fit in type of. So that I don't know where I fit in. That was my dramatic. Social justice here again. It makes me think of them looking at themselves in a wider sense, where they fit into life. There's it makes me feel when I'm talking about this person, a more impassioned feeling. You're coming across as smooth. You're Sade. You are a smooth operator. They're coming across as Sinead O'Connor. Sinead O'Connor. That type of feeling. So, are they interested? With regards to what I've got here, yes, they're interested. They are in a mess themselves, I think, a bit of toing and froing. It doesn't have to be a giant mess, but inside them, they don't know where they stand at the moment, and they want to know where they stand in the world in a larger sense. So there's a lot of restricting their affections to you, trying to decide, I think you're going to get a big lump of attention very soon from them. But then it might even pull back again. So just accept it for what it is. Don't take it out on them, because they can't help it. It's not a reflection of you at all. And it's calling on you to get the answers internally. Right, let's just have a little look. Yeah, you've got, again, their thoughts towards you are like it's as if they appreciate you're like a healing quality, and they appreciate your smoothness, but there's still something very fresh about you, something that's totally different from where their life is going. I'm not saying that you need to be their crutch in any way, because nobody wants to. It's got to be equal, but so don't take too much from them, because it's their job to sort themselves out, not your job to sort them out. But there's a real feeling of innocence and openness, and you're the goodness in their life rather than the angst, which is something not to do with you. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this person's struggling with their feelings for you. I don't know why. This Tower card is you. This person is struggling with their feelings for you. And the mask is for you because they don't want to show what they're feeling, because I think that they're quite and they're not very good at expressing their emotions. Oh my God. Okay, now I'm going to need some more on this. Right, let me just sum it up so I know what I'm thinking. You're really smooth. You're really easy with yourself. You're the type of people that people just gravitate towards because you make people feel good, because you're just who you are. There's no mask with you. This person's more arsey. They are like a debate. They probably like a fight. There's just a little bit more feist about this person. And what they're doing is they're very inconsistent in your life. They see you as the sun. They see you as everything open and complete and, beautiful and honest. And what they're going to do is they have been struggling with themselves and their feelings towards you. You're going to get a big influx of attention from them very soon. And then they're going to pull back again. They're not dealing with it very well. Oh, I need more. Hold on. Excuse me if you can hear my tummy. Oh, bless. Okay. I can't really say. Their feelings for you are... They're interested. And they don't know how to deal with it. You've got the Lovers card in the middle of here, and you've got the Empress. You're the Empress up here. The Empress is just Venus, is beauty. I wonder whether they struggle with... Do you know when you can't speak to somebody when you find them really attractive? That's what makes me think this person's like with you, because they're not very at ease with it. It makes me think of, like a sports billy that doesn't really... been out with many women, or vice versa, or like a real somebody who's not had lots of boyfriends or lots of girlfriends, just that type of feeling. And then you've ignited something in them which has basically given them the Tower moment, and they're just struggling with waiting and wanting to know what to do and giving you bits, because their Seven of Pentacles is just one pentacle put aside, and that's what you're getting, and you're thinking, well, was that it? Because I think they're struggling with the attraction towards you. They're not sure what to do with it. It's somebody who's not at ease with expressing themselves. You are, they're not. And they can smell it from you. They can sense it. It's straight, it's slapping their face. You're like a real smooth man or woman. You're that type of person that smiles when somebody's being vile, because you can see that we all struggle with ourselves. And just has that awareness, and they can sense it in you that you're quite accepting of people's foibles, and they're drawn to you. They're just drawn to you. I'm trying to think like a fly to a flame, but that's not right. They're just really drawn to you because you've got the Empress twice, and you've got the Lovers in the middle of here, and then for their feelings at the end, you've got a slight pain here, maybe loss, because they're in and out of your life, I think. Real sort of shared affections, but you are coming across as you must be changing them. This is somebody who I think doesn't show their affections very freely, and you are the change in their life, and they're finding the whole relationship difficult because they're not used to being who you're changing them into. Right, I'm going to finish their pile number 3. This person's learning how to relate. It makes me think, and they may not be young, but it makes me think of somebody very young, as in like 17, 18, and fall in love for the first time. If they're not young in years, they are probably not very practiced in showing emotions. They may be quite fiery. You've got first house here, and I said at the beginning, Aries, Sagittarius feel very good at living life and being, life being fun, but not so good with emotions. And they know they're attracted to you, and they feel that's what you're good at, and they don't know how to relate to it. Right, pile number 3. I'm going to finish that. I hope that helps. Let me know in the comments section, and I hope to see you again. Bye.